on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Niners and the Saints, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Colton up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They're led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
They face second down and 7. Purdy going to keep this one himself. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
They need 2. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And their quarterback is the all-time leading passer for the Raiders, Derek Carr, the veteran.
Ever since Derek Carr came into the league, Mike, he's been historically a very passionate and productive NFL quarterback. He has the arm that can make every throw, but sometimes it's that arm that gets him into trouble. So he's got to find a little balance, a happy medium between aggressiveness and recklessness, because when he's playing well, they have as good a shot to win games as anybody.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he's going to get the first down. He is up past the 35-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Carr working out of the gun. A dive and a catch. Incredible. 15 yards through the air. First down, New Orleans.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play. Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it, and Not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, but he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play.
He's going to force his way for a yard or two, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. From the shotgun, it's Carr. That's to the sideline, taken in by Johnson.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Second down, Carr. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
On the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Back is Carr. That one complete to A.T. Perry. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Carr from the gun on third down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Saints first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells. So they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
The Niners offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. Able to complete it to Ayuk. He's going to have that first down, gain of 6, as they convert on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air again is Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. Third and 6. Here's Purdy again. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
Here's Mitch Wisnowski now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. To return, it's Shaheed. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Saints offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Carr gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to New Orleans. After this, here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Now, 2nd down throw from Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose. and forcing third down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Niners offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Purdy. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10, up at the 42. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Taking off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. The clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down. No scoring as of yet. Nothing here at the break. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. Not too much to show you in terms of scoring plays. In fact, there's nothing to show you. A scoreless tie here at the half. Both of these defenses have been outstanding thus far.
Nothing on the scoreboard in the first 2 quarters. Who can make the breakthrough? We are back underway. Quarter number 3. Scoreless game. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Saints offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Carr now on second down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Carr working out of the gun. Catch made, right side. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
The reception for Rashid Shaheed. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Carr now. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Like, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
They'll run on first down with Kamara. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. Devondre Campbell brings him down.
A gain of 4 is now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Throwing is Carr. He's going to have the first down and then some.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On first down, Carr. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it, because at some point, something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
2nd down, Carr. Shaheed with the catch. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. On the give, this is Kamara. And he'll take this down to about the 8.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The tight end Moreau is in motion. Now the first carry of the game for Jamal Williams. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
At the 6-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Carr. That one taken in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown Saints. Well, thanks so much for calling a 0-0 shutout. Finally, we get somebody on the board here to start the second half.
Yeah, what was a defensive battle? And you have to think, if you're the defensive coordinators at halftime, you're feeling pretty good about your game plan, probably not making a lot of adjustments. I'll be interested to see now, after allowing that early score, do they continue with what we saw up to this point, or do they have some wrinkles that they can throw to now try to slow down this offense here in the second half?
Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Saints will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Samuel gonna see what he can do. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Niners offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Look wide, get this one complete, and he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Purdy. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And they're going to get the first down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
Then he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. So Kittle comes in motion. Through the air, connecting with Debo. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
McCaffrey now on 1st and 10. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here. His ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
On the bootleg, it's Purdy.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
The sound deafening in the dome. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. It is brought in the end zone. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown San Francisco. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Shaheed in motion. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Now, a 2nd down throw from Carr. This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They are trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down, Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the fourth quarter?
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll come up now for second down. Back is Carr. That ball intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. The connection made to Ayuk. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Debo. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. McCaffrey. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. On the run, McCaffrey. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. It'll bring up 3rd down. In this big situation. This to win the game. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So, Jake Moody on in this big situation. This one he's got to have. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. And the kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.